Another thing you've learned about your bar chords is they're based upon an E shape if you play a 6-string bar chord. The F, for instance, we learned as an F itself, but we realized these 3 notes look like an E chord. Therefore, the appearance of an E minor could be used in a minor bar chord, or an E7. Likewise, on the other string, we have A's, which we moved up a fret to make it into a B flat. We've learned how an A minor appearance would give you minor chords, and a A7 could give you dominant 7 bar chords. For a second here, I can look at what it would be if I capoed at the 6th fret. That would capo me at the B flat note, and I could play an E chord. An E shape moved up 6 frets is a B flat chord. On the other string, the A moved up 6 frets is E flat. E to A with the capo at 6 is B flat to E flat. If your finger were the capo, you would look like you're playing an E with these fingers and an A with these. And that's going to be the way we'll do this key. The other thing we know is that your scale tone chords are major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished for the 7, and major again. So major, 2 minors, 2 majors, 2 minors, whoops, with that 1 turned into a diminished because it's got flat 5, and then major again. So majors on the outsides, 2 majors on the insides, 2 minors, and a minor and a diminished. So here's your B flat chord. If this were a capo, it would look like an E chord. So B flat, major. Go up 2 frets to C, it has to be minor. If this were a capo, this would look like E major. Take that finger out so it looks like E minor. Where we are at the 8th fret, it's C minor. I could go up 2 more frets and call it D minor. 1 more fret is to an E flat 4 chord. So there's a decent range of the B flat scale on the 6th string. I want to stay in one position as much as possible though, so I'll do B flat here at 6, C minor at 8, but I'll move the D minor to the other string. We have a D at the 5th fret, and it's a minor chord looking like an A minor style chord, or a B minor, which you've known for a long time. So in B flat, the 3 chord is D minor, the 4 chord is E flat, the 5 chord is F major, 6 is G minor, so majors look like A majors, there's F, it's at the 8th fret, looking like an A major barred at the 8th, G looks like an A minor barred at the 10th. I can do a diminished chord here on A, or I can do one down here. If I'm going to be down on this A, I'll have A, 6th fret, and A again for the diminished leading to the B. We haven't done diminished very much, and as you can see they're not overly represented in most of our music. So here's the key again, B flat, C minor, you could switch strings to a D minor, E flat, I can go to F here, G minor back at the 3rd fret, A diminished, and B flat. Or I can go B flat to C on the other string, 3rd fret C minor, which we saw last time we looked at the key of B flat, D minor, E flat, all the way back to 1st fret, F on the 1st fret of the 6th string, G minor, A diminished, and B flat. So you can play all your chords in this area and play progressions you would know. 1, 4, 5, and 1 in B flat. 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 4, 2, C minor, F is the 5. You could throw in a G minor as a 6, or I can put it back here. I'll put it up in this position because this is a sound we know too. B flat, F, G minor, E flat, B flat, G minor to C minor. C minor to F. All of these progressions that you already know, you can put into these bar chord positions now. Notice that everything is barred at this point, and we've got several locations for each. That means any key can be played like this. We're forced almost to do this in keys like B flat or even B major, where there's 5 sharps and very few open chords. As we get further and further along, we have to move further up the neck and use more bar chords.